Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. I'm still a little bit choked up. This has been pretty much 8 days of COVID isolation. I've had COVID, my wife's had COVID and my 3 kids have had COVID. We have all so far come through it reasonably well, but still struggling a little bit, as you can tell by the blocked nose. But I'll get through a shave. My kids have just shaved my head to the best of their ability, which is, well, it's the first time they've shaved their head, so I can't expect it to be better than that, can I? So I'm going to whip that off, and then I'll have a second video with a face shave, which, as you can see, I've got about, I think about 10 days growth, something like that. This is how much growth I've got since my last shave, so gives you a bit of an idea. Oh, I'm struggling there. Right, the soap for today is going to be Mitchell's Woolfat, and I've went with my G-Point ceramic again, ceramic, Woolfat, ceramic brush. So the soap's in here now. I've actually got 2 discs of soap in this tub. I've just pushed them down on top of each other. I'm going to pour the water out, put it in my hand, rub it on my head. Mitchell's Woolfat. I haven't used this in ages. The puck that I've actually got on top is a great one. The one underneath, I think I damaged it by soaking it for too long and it went sort of slimy and lost all of its slickness. So hopefully when this top puck goes, the second puck might have absorbed some magic from the top one. So here we go. I still use this for every soaking of a brush. Port Rexton Brewing Company from Canada, sent to me from Chris Kirchin over at Carve, who I haven't heard from him in quite a while now. Of course, I still don't have a titanium. He's still not got one. I haven't even seen him sell one, to be fair. Just, I don't know whether the liver happened, to be honest. I've noticed the Overlander's doing reasonably well. It's getting quite popular. There's a few people out there. I've heard it's a very good head shaving razor, which for me would obviously be quite a good idea. So here we go. Loading up the brush. I haven't heard from Serjan over at Rhodium Knots either. He seems to have went off the radar again. I sent him a message a few days back and he hasn't even seen it yet, so I'm assuming he's not really looking. I'm just going to plonk some of that on my head. He's not really looking at messages again. I don't know what's going on. All I know is last time I spoke to him he was good and well, he was safe and well, his family were doing well. He was just a bit overwhelmed with full-time work, trying to deal with the COVID situation over there and trying to tie knots and make brushes as well, which I can only imagine is quite a time consuming process. I'm not sure, obviously, I've never done it. Right, I think I've probably got enough soap in here to do 35 shaves. I'll scoop as much of this out as I can. Most of it has went down the side of the puck. I'm just going to rinse it out now. I will re-lather again for my face shave, so mainly just to try and get through this puck of soap. So yeah, COVID. You know, there's a lot of people out there saying it's a lot of bullshit, it's this and that. I can tell you from first-hand experience, it's not a pleasant thing to catch. You know, I like to think I'm a relatively fit and healthy guy. You know, in terms of weight, I'm 79 kilos. I'm 5'10", 5'11". You know, I was playing hockey twice a week, playing football twice a week. I like to think I'm reasonably fit and active, but I tell you what, it knocked the shit out of me. It was it was like a really bad flu, you know, and I'm triple vaccinated, so it annoys me even more to think, has the vaccine even helped me when I've been this bad without it, or has the vaccine really, in all seriousness, actually helped? And that's why I was only having a seriously bad flu rather than going to hospital. My wife is quite confident if she didn't have the vaccine she would have gone to hospital. She was really struggling with breathing and things like that, and she's triple vaccinated as well, being a nurse. So it would appear that the vaccine may not help a million times or make you feel or get you through it a lot better. I'm trying to think of the words, I'm struggling. But if it has helped, then I can only imagine what it feels like to get COVID if you haven't been vaccinated. It must be a pretty horrendous sort of thing, because having had the flu in the last 3 years, the flu knocked me really badly. This was worse. I was pretty much bedridden for 2 days completely. I was struggling just to go to the toilet through aches and pains. It's been one hell of a roller coaster. Put on top of that the fact that I'm not at work at the moment, I'm on workers' compensation, my daughter's still struggling. It's been a troublesome testing time. Can't put it any other way. I've got far too much soap in this brush. I'm just going to paint some water in and get shaving, because I'll be here all day lathering. Far too much soap. What was I thinking? Now, the other reason why I chose Woolfat, it's slick. It's a very slick soap. I really enjoy it, but it's not got much scent, and I can't smell shit, so it makes no difference to me what it smells like today. This is all about the performance. The razor for the first pass will be the leaf razor in the gunmetal grey, I think this one is. I've got quite a few colours out in this razor now, but I haven't really. I was hoping they would have released a new style of the razor, the actual cartridge style razor. I can't even tell if this looks bright in the camera. It looks really dark on my screen, but I think it could just be the screen because I don't have a battery pack plugged in. So here we go. I've still got the same Derby blades in here that I had the last time I shaved, and that feels lovely. And Derby blades, the bog standard Derby blades, they're actually, if you get a good one, that sounds silly, but they have, I would say, average quality control. Sometimes I get a box of them and they're all beautifully smooth and they feel really sharp and they just do a great job, and then other times I get one and it's just awful. As you can see, the old leaf razor is just melting the hair off, as it always does. Never a problem. The soap is mega slick. The sink is full of them. I'm actually struggling to hold the razor. It's one of the flaws of this razor. You can grab a sticky sleeve or something they call it, I'm not sure. But personally, I'm not a fan of afterthoughts. If you're going to release a razor and you've done all the correct testing, you should know this thing is bloody slippy. But it's not that bad. The razor itself is, for me, one of the best head shaving razors on the market, given that it's a cartridge razor. It takes double-edged blades. It is also one of the most cost-effective razors on the market. Got a whole spot there. Right, let's have a bit of a feel. So it's done an okay job. I am going to finish off with a against the grain pass using the, my hands are so slippy, the Skinguard. I'll just leave that water in. I'll empty it out at the end. So let's pop another, just a thin layer of soap on. This is really just because I'm still suffering a little bit. Can I get any more here down here? Any more here? Any more lather? So this blade in the Skinguard has been in here for absolutely ages now. This is my head shaving one. I do have another one that was gifted to me for my Christmas, I think it was. Yeah, Christmas. That I use for face shaves. Doesn't really matter, I just have this one over here that I use it for head shaves, I don't. It's obviously not as efficient as it used to be when it was brand new. The blades have been pretty well used now, but still BBS. It just takes a few more strokes. And because it's such a mild razor, or mild feeling razor, I can buff. That was quite hard to say with a blocked up nose and throat. Yeah, if you've had COVID, you'll have an idea. If you've had it bad anyway, or you haven't dealt with it very well, or you've got you're immunocompromised or anything like that, you'll know it's not a pleasant thing to catch, and you can sort of understand why it was dealt with the way it has been dealt with. However, having now had it and being triple vaccinated, I know it's not going to kill me, or at least the variant I've got isn't. That's the other issue, there's so many bloody... Look, honestly, this has got rubber on it. I can hardly hold on to it. That is how good the slick this is on Mitchell's Woolfat. It is phenomenal stuff. Always has been. Right, a line there. Let's just get this finished off. No shirt shave today. The kids shaved my head, the wife shaved my back. So for you guys and gals, I suppose, that can't stand a hairy back, especially when you go into that sort of thing, then you don't have to worry about it because it's gone for the time being. A little bit of silence there. I've exhausted myself with conversation. It's tiring just breathing. So my isolation finishes tonight at midnight. So I'll do a test tomorrow, a rat test, which if it comes up negative, I'm able to go back out into the world. I just got to wear a mask everywhere, inside and outdoors. If it comes up positive, I've still got symptoms at the moment. I'll have to bloody isolate again until I have to stay in isolation. This bloody sink's on its way out. Oh, jeez. There we have it. Another head shave done. Mitchell's Woolfat shaving soap. It really is a fantastic soap, made where my wife is from in Yorkshire. She's not from Bradford, but in Yorkshire. The 28mm 3-band Manchurian, the only one of its kind, made by Sir Jan over at Rhodium Knots, and his sister's handle, G-Point Ceramic, she made the handle. The razors, the leaf razor, which I've always held in high regard, and the Skinguard, which also, for a cartridge razor, is probably my favourite cartridge razor that's ever been made, really. I absolutely love it. I think it does a fantastic job. And that's it really. I'm now going to just pop a little bit of Zingari Unscented aftershave balm. 3 squirts of that, or maybe make it 5. And that has been done and dusted. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Of course, head shaves are not anywhere near as popular as a face shave. Like I say, there's nothing new coming into the den. If you hear, you just hear out of being here for a long time, thankfully, and you still come back for the shit that I talk, which means a lot really, especially in the way the world is and the way things are going for me personally as a husband and a father and a worker and a COVID catcher. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.